Evening and welcome to day 4 of the Tradeify Grand Cup trading competition. We have a big surprises. We have some traders making 67% profits in one day. Also, we are going to see how two traders blew up 110k combined, top 10 traders, and we are going to take a peek on my trades on day 4 of the competition. So, starting out, we see how almost half of the top 20 change in one day. So, basically, Vitex, Kingdom Trading, Brian, James, C. Dot, and Equity Engineer all dropped from the top 20. Still, most of them are still on the top 200 traders that are going to get a live account if they survive next week. Now, an interesting thing, Baiser Asimi, Won Ju Wan, both had 45k in profits starting yesterday open during Asia. Now, this is the importance of trade management. These traders would have stayed even without trading on the top 20, but they blew completely their accounts. So this is one of the evidence that if you're still struggling or you're still in this competition trying to get into the top 200, if you are steady with risk, like obviously you have to put some risk on your trades. You can't trade with fear. But if you take it slowly and you don't full port, you can survive in the long run. Some of these guys, we don't even know how many of them on the last day of this week, Friday, before the elimination or knockout stage starts next week, are going to be here. So, huge lesson. I think that is still a really cheap bottom 200. On day 4, the bottom of the 200 is 14.4k. Um, this is something that it really gives you hope, even if you're up 3k, 4k, 5k. If you size up a bit next week and you focus on the best probability trades, you still have chances. In my case, for me, this was the best trading day of my career, just on day 4. So my my forecast was the weekly candle was it was looking as a doji this Thursday, and as expected during the previous days, I was expecting the candle to close as a doji for the end of the week. Still, we need to wait until Friday uh, to see how it closes. But we can scalp our way in the daily candle as it is super clear. It was super clear that we were going to have good bearish scenarios. So on the daily, it looks like a doji just starting out, but we have a whole day of PA to complete the candle. So when the daily candle open, as you see, it opened around here. So it just shot up and down all day. Now on the open of New York was really easy because it was right almost at the bottom. When I was forecasting, I was seeing this kind of price action in here, and I was predicting having a bit more of further movement down. Now, the 4 hour will give us a better perspective before market open. So we should be prepared for a big drop in the next 5 hours towards previous day's lows and failure of the 4 hour liquidity MIT. That was the only thing that failed on Thursday from my forecast because it didn't get fully to the 4 hour MIT liquidity. And obviously, a rejection of the open that never happened, a complete rejection, will give us a big bullish scenario. Um, we had a fair value gap here before the open, but the 1 hour was rejecting down, so we can have a clear direction, and that was what happened. At the start, as I know that I have a fair value gap below, I'm still expecting the price will move um, like down. So I tried to scalp some points here, fail, but create a mitigation reaction. I enter this trade and I was stopped out almost immediately, as you see, like in the next 2 minutes. But still, the reaction happened afterwards, and I caught a nice trade. But I made some mistakes that I took note on the profit taking, even when I was forecasting perfectly how the 15-minute candle will behave. I was afraid. That's part of the psychology that I needed to work on, and the best way to do it was taking profit. I had almost 240 points, and I made my notes that if it wasn't for that reason, if I took profits, I could still scalp a good portion of this movement of my data suggested, because these were trades that I posted in real time when I was trading, but I didn't take due to the fear from uh, from seeing almost 100 and something points being wiped out of my P&L. Later, I still aim for the 50% of the mitigation, at least to the 4 hour fair value gap that we had here. But it failed. I immediately noticed that it was the same mistake that I did on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I corrected immediately. I scaled my way to 40 points on the 15-minute barbed wire price action. So good trading overall for me, and I made a nice recovery. I still could make better profits, and that's what I'm aiming on Friday. Taking profits at the first technical levels. If I need to trade the consolidation, so be it. But if I need to refrain from trading these consolidations and wait for the next drop or reversal, then I will be focusing on making the most profits out of these trading ranges. That will be my summary for day 4 of the competition. Stay tuned. Tomorrow is a big day. It's the close of the stage of growing your accounts. Now we're moving up to the knockout stage next week. Take care. Bye.